And we're off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond stoked. Today has been quite a triumphant day for me. I've seen a lot going on. I have people that got stuck in haboobs, if you know what that means. Haboobs, right? Big old dust storms all over, what is it, Burning Man up there in Utah. So they've been telling me a lot's been going on. But tonight I have a story of courage, of triumphs, a well documented journey of struggles, wins, peaks, and valleys, calamities, ups and downs, more ups than downs, because this happens to be a film or, a wonderful thing that's happening with these wonderful folks that I'm about to introduce to you. Or it's a journey around a person who is opening up her heart and her life at that to basically talk about her journey with cancer, stage 4 cancer. But none of that is really holding her back. She's doing falling in love, probably, we're going to find out. She's doing wonderful things, helping her wonderful daughter Truistina, who's a great singer, and now she has, I understand, she's on a great record label. Let's find out, because this is in an unfiltered way. She's opening up her door into her life, so to speak. So it's very vulnerable. So please be patient, guys. Give it up for the cast of the Loving Your Life show. Okay. So stay tuned for that. We're talking about the graceful healer, right? Amie Jelich, the actress, and who this whole thing is shaped around. And of course, we're talking about Truistina, the singer, her daughter, wonderful daughter, whom I've had the pleasure of interviewing, all three of these wonderful ladies, and one guy whom I'm about to meet, who is the creator. And I guess, the master plan that he has for the show. And I'm really happy to hear all about it. Without further ado, guys, please welcome my wonderful people, the cast of Loving Your Life. There you are.
Hey, Jim. This is
Welcome
so fun.
to have you all together and like sardines. It's fantastic.
We like these sardines.
We do.
I know.
Well, I got a great package. It's like a 4-for-1 special. I had 3 of you guys interviewed individually, and now we come together because what is this? This new show you guys are gonna unravel right before our eyes and talk about in great detail. I'm excited now. Keishawn, right? Keishawn or
Yes.
Keishawn? Keishawn, you're the creator of this, the producer and director. And how do you navigate with these wonderful ladies, man? I mean, it must be fun, right? Traveling the world in the 7 seas.
Honestly, Jen, they keep me on my feet, so there's never a dull moment. I mean, even our day-to-day lives are still like energetic. Like this energy that you're seeing right now, this is like even off camera. So like it works. Like the chemistry is great. So like for me, it's like we all give 110% and it just shows like through our spirits, through when we create. But honestly, it doesn't even feel like work because we're always having fun. We're doing what we love. So I think that's the best, the best thing I can say is like we're always doing what we love and telling a story. I mean, for me, I'm very honored, especially Amie being vulnerable and open about her story. I think it really gives us a lot of depth and dynamic, especially in today's age, for like seeing perspective.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I was gonna say, like, I had seen you guys and they're in the you guys are in the green room, quite literally, right? No pun intended. I saw you guys, and it was the funniest thing. I go, oh my gosh, should I let them in? Should I not? Should I continue talking or should I not? Tell me this whole thing with your iPhone. I mean, the iPhone 15 Pro, which is a pretty dynamic and great phone at that. But you shot the whole thing with 1 or 4 or 5, or did you take all the ladies' iPhones to do the show?
No. It's honestly, it's 2 iPhones. It's mine and it's Grace's. Like we literally, like she gives me her phone when we start to shoot, and then she'll position the camera 1, I'll position camera 2, and then I seamlessly cut and post. But I was telling people like it's the best tool of a camera is the one in your pocket. We live in an age where if we're paying all this money for these expensive phones, why not put them to the use?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I'm honored and privileged to have you guys all together. We're supposed to do this a while back and then it worked out. logistic didn't kind of come through there. But we're coming in hot today. We have all you guys here, and so tell me, I'm going to start with Amie. Amie,
Yes.
be a little vulnerable here, but you are putting yourself out there, and you're talking about your life, as it were, and it really, realistically in this case, quite literally your life and the stage 4 cancer and everything. And it's a very touchy feeling. I was going to say, how do you stay grounded and all that, but you have the Grace Healer almost right next to Jason to you. That kind of solves that problem, right?
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
I think I find that when you started off, how did this all come about? Like, when did you decide, okay, this is a story that needs to be told in this manner? Who helped you configure the whole thing? I'm just off the top, right off the gate.
Truistia.
I knew you were the culprit, young lady.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
She looks all innocent back there. No.
Yes, I know. But it's funny because if I understand this whole thing, like, Tristina, now you're in a place where you have a song, it's a hit, then people are knocking at your door, and then as a result, your mom's podcast is also all over the place, and you're helping through the podcast, you're healing, both of you ladies, all three of you folks, and you're bringing awareness, right? Isn't that so? So my thought is, what does rebirth personally mean to you at this stage of your life? And that goes to Amie.
Okay.
Oh.
okay. So what's the question, Drew?
So what does rebirth really mean to you? Because I know one of the segments or seasons talk about rebirth, right?
Yes.
Right.
Good question. Okay. So I was going to talk about when I was a baby, but no.
I was going to go like this. Talking to the baby. You're like, I didn't even know I was pregnant.
Rebirth, I think, is
how
I have looked at life. So when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, I decided I was going to change my whole entire life. First of all, forgiving everybody, forgiving myself, moving through life, and looking at it as it's not defining me, and that every day is literally a blessing. And every day I am grateful. I'm grateful for these amazing people that are right here. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for every little thing. Production studios, which is where we're at right now. Like, honestly, all of this I am so grateful for. And I think that when something like that happens, it brings you into another realm. It makes you really understand what's important. A lot of people really are like, well, money is important, accolades are important, all of this stuff. But what is really important? It's leaving a legacy of good truth, of helping people, of that is what's important, and relationships. The other stuff can come and go. And I think that's what really it meant to me when I had a rebirth throughout this whole journey. And so for me to be able to share that with people, to know that you are not alone, you can get through this, and nothing in life is going to define you. I don't care what it is, as long as you have the correct mindset.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The show is done, guys. That's it.
That's a wrap.
So and well said, and it's so true. Nothing, unless you define it, or you can always rewrite it, which is fantastic. That's the other great thing about it. So your show, you guys are apparently shooting all over the world. It started in LA, respectively, because obviously, I mean, for starters, this is home for you guys. Yes. This is a home base, right? But now you guys are going global, right? If you shot in different places, and you met a lot of people along the way. Yes. Okay. Bertie told me you fell in love with someone, or you met someone. Amie?
No, wait, what? Who said what?
Are you holding back?
An episode that we didn't film yet. That you just...
like, who's this dream man?
I think we're writing this in. We are writing history. It's called foreshadowment, as I understand it in the movies.
I'll take it.
You'll take it. I want to ask a question, Tristina. How do you feel about this whole endeavor? Like, you get to be with your mom day in, day out, sort of thing. And I know, it's a whole different dynamic. Talk about a day to day. What does that look like when you wake up, with mom and stuff, and you guys are shooting?
Oh my gosh. The shooting part, honestly, is not that different than my daily life. I mean, we wake up and we're basically the same as you see on the show, is basically how we are. Like, pretty much to a T. Like, that's just us. That's how we are. And I love it so much, because just knowing that, she can walk again and we're able to just do stuff. And like, if we want to go, take a drive or whatever, even something as simple as that, we can. Like, that is something I'm so grateful for every single day.
Fantastic. Now tell the truth.
Okay. These two have a lot of energy.
I know.
He's tired.
Hey, buckle up, fasten up. We're just starting. We're just starting.
Vacation from
All
us.
right. How about this one? This is for the Grace Healer. You, Shannon, you obviously bring the best in people. I watch some of your stuff, and you're always intuitive, and you kind of you're helping people bring out the best and finding out how to get grounded. How do you keep this group of people grounded and keep their right mindset going and the headspace for the filming? How do you do it, girl?
I don't need to do anything. Like, this whole group, we're not grounded. We float around and we are laughing constantly. For me, laughter is the best medicine. I even pulled some oracle cards the other day and did a video, and it was laughter is the best medicine. And so I find that's why I get along with this group so well, because I use humor to ground myself, basically, and to get through hard times. So does Amie, so does True, so does Keishawn. So we laugh because we're like, poor Keishawn, when he has to edit the videos, we're like, so
Yes.
Yeah, poor guy. I pity the guy. Look at the smile from ear to ear, for crying out loud.
And we can't help it, though, because we have so much fun, like in real life, and then on film, he captures it, and this is how we are constantly. So
fantastic.
Every day that I wake up and they're like, "We're filming," I'm like, "Yes!" It's so fun.
Every day's a winner, right?
Every day's a winner chicken dinner with them. So yeah.
How do you define, you guys, the transformation in the context of the series, and how is it in the series? How is it different from simple inspiration?
Who's the question for?
I don't know. Who's that for?
That's for any one of you guys that's willing to go for it.
Well, that's a big question.
Repeat it one more time.
I need to find the transformation in the context of this series, and how is it different from simple inspiration?
Well, I will take that one. So I think we all personally grew outside of the show, because it's unscripted. We all personally grew through this show. Like me personally, I was let go from my job the day we came up with the idea for the show. And that's literally where this started from. If I didn't get let go from that job, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
It's called serendipity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And, I think we all went through, facing our inner child. It started with my inner child. We call him Little Key. They all know about Little Key.
When he pops up, we're like, Little Key.
Yeah,
go back to your room.
It's like when, right. It's like when our inner child comes out and it's like telling you no, and you just gotta kind of like get them back, and you're like, no, like this is a yes moment. Like we're gonna do this. And I think we all face that person in the mirror and embrace that, like what we're creating right now. It's knocking down judgment. It's knocking down fear. It's knocking down, fearlessness. It's knocking down all the stigmas that we create and put limitations on ourselves. And we're kind of we're in our own world. We call it the love bubble, because when we're creating, it's all love. And it's like we don't care from what perspective people judge it as. We just want to live as our authentic selves. And I say it again, what you're seeing is what's really happening. This This is not something where it's like after the cameras are off, it's all right, guys, take your wig off, wipe your makeup off. No, it's like what you're seeing right now is actually the dynamics of what, cohesive energy is like and what it can bring to the forefront. Many people put what I call the cones in the road, and they stop doing the things because the cones are in the road. We said, no, there's no cones. We're the full green light. We're the full green light. So when it comes to talking about like transformation and inspiration, I think we've all transformed and inspired one another. I mean, truthfully, I thank them every day, every time we're on set, because we all learn from each other on set. And it's like, some of the things that we don't want to talk about in life, we are comfortable talking about them. The things we don't want to embrace, we embrace them. And I said, if the world did more of this, maybe we won't be so much in distress. We won't be so much in a stress state. We won't be so much more in a fear state. But it's when you got to take off, that mask, put your inner child aside and say, ego don't exist, pride don't exist. I'm a human. It's okay to just exist. And that's what we're proving through this series.
Wow. That's great. I mean, Keishawn, you're demystifying everything. I mean, what it is to obviously not, throw everything caution to the wind and just film and let the proverbial good times roll, if you would. I like it. I really do. For mothers, daughters, and caregivers, impacted by illness and maybe whatever it could be, like misunderstandings, what kind of connection and comfort do you hope this show provides, ladies?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping it provides that, like I said, anything is possible, and what they're going through doesn't need to define them. They can look at it completely different and look at something that they are grateful for, whether it's even when I was in a wheelchair, it's opening up my eyes, anything. And I think once you really find that in the true meaning of life and what you're passionate about within that, that's when your life will really unfold and your heart will soar. And so I think that that's the main key of it. That's what I really hope people find, is that inspiration to be their true, authentic self, no matter what walk of life they're on.
Right. Well said.
Yes.
Thank you.
I find that super inspired. Like, I almost want to start my own show. Like take it on the road. Is it, I'm trying to figure out, is it docuform, Keishawn? Is that a documentary style?
It's a new style of content. I call it new gen docu.
Okay.
So it's the generation documentary style. You're getting elements of what it would feel like to be in a scripted series without it being scripted, but you're also getting a feel of documenting someone's story in life at the same time.
Yeah.
Story.
I guess it's just telling a story, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Storytelling it's fantastic. Now, everything seems rainbows and unicorns and the whole bit, but the challenges that you guys pose are definitely not on stage, or not, as you're shooting day to day, day in, day out. But what challenges do you, because I understand you guys were going to switch gears as far as cameras go, so you're going to use a different sort of camera. And do you think that's going to impact some of the show shooting? And do you think also, while we're at it on that topic, how do you plan on making do you plan on putting it out there through any of these platforms where you can what do you call it, muster money, like fundraisers, as it were, or how are those some of the challenges, or what are the challenges?
I think money is always a challenge. I mean, even film, out of film, it's always going to be a challenge. Yeah, it's a challenge, but I try not to put that as the main caveat as a challenge. I think the real challenge is really, taking every episode and treating it as we're the show. And when I say we're the show, meaning, we put these things in our head where we're like, we're not an Emmy winning series, or we're not there. We don't got the Oscar, we're not on the red card. Well, we have to stay in that world and saying, we are the show. People come to watch us. We are healing people. And, sometimes that can be a little bit clustersome, because we're comparing, what we have and what we don't have. And then, wishing we had more. When you mention cameras, I don't want better cameras just because they're better cameras. I want better cameras because myself as a director, I've been directing for a while. Myself as a director, I want to put my best work out, not for me, but for them. It's not for the people, it's for them. I got to make sure they look good, and if they look good, they feel good, then I feel good. So, when I tell people like raise the stakes, it's not raising the stakes for the viewers. It's raising the stakes because I care about the people that I'm working with. So I can't put half foot forward in the water. But challenges, I mean, there's always challenges on a production. Like I said, ours is more so, non-linear than linear. We're not looking at the typical, oh, we don't got $1 million, so we can't film. It's like, no, ours is more so, does this really hit home? Are we really telling this way that people are going to connect to it? Is the vulnerability going to merge that gap for people to say, damn, like I feel this. And if not, then we got to dig deeper. And it's not, like I said, it's not scripted. So sometimes that's a psychological element that I got to dig on. Sometimes that's a personal element I got to dig on. Sometimes that's an editing move I got to dig on. But at the end of the day, I tell the challenge is ourselves. The challenge is bringing our full authentic self without expectation to the front. And that's where we're at right now, is just trying to live in that line of light. So good, bad, the ugly is part of the production. It's never going to be this, straight line and perfect.
Right.
Right. You get the energy with the girls. Yeah, that we laugh and joke, but there's moments where it's like, we question, like, did I let my authentic self out fully? And does the world connect to our authentic self? So,
authenticity is very important.
Yeah. So I think that's our biggest challenge, is just keeping the authenticity, staying genuine, staying raw, stay real, stay fearless. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I like that, because Keishawn, you mentioned something very important. I mean, at the end of the day, the core value, we don't want to lose its essence. It's the story we're telling here, regardless of all the other stuff, right? It's the story we're telling here, Amie's story in this case. And what we want is to make sure the story is told in such a way where it's impactful, it's truthful, and raw. And I think that many times, we tend to lose ourselves in that shuffle, because many shows that are considered reality, as it were, are usually scripted and doctored, right? And this is not one of those. So let's make that clear for the people that are going to be watching this, the millions of viewership that we're going to have, hopefully. This is not your common conventional reality show, where things get, you want to get somebody worked up so they can sound a certain way, or they can create, or you're going to play this person, you're going to play the bad girl. This is simplicity at its finest. It's reality at the core. It's Amie's struggles, ups and downs, and all these wonderful things that are happening along the way in this journey, with this wonderful cast, group of women that are fantastic, that I've gotten to know because through Instagram, or obviously having interviewed you guys. And I know you guys, at the core, you guys are real and you're serious about what you're doing. So I applaud you. My hat's off to you guys. I really am. I'm happy. And Keishawn, it seems like you have a good head on your shoulder. You know what you're doing. It's fantastic. I'm trying to think, like, obviously, true. This question goes out to you, because you're day in, day out, like we said, you're part of the story. You're obviously part of the story. It's been well documented, and will forever live.
No pressure.
But you're also carving your own path through music. How has your mom's resilience inspired your creative journey?
Yes, well, definitely. I've been doing music. I've really been singing since I was 2. But me as a songwriter, I started really songwriting and releasing music to the public when I was 15. So I've already been doing this like 5 years, which is kind of crazy. But, there was a while or a time when, especially during COVID, where I'm like, you know what, maybe I should go for more of a conventional job. This isn't going to work out. And, there's too many risks, that type of thing. But when she got cancer and everything just kind of stopped, I mean, it really did. For a long time, I'm like, she's my main priority. I'm just going to take care of her. I'm going to make sure she's okay. Even pushing her in the wheelchair, making sure she's eating, simple things that, every human should be able to do on their own. When that's taken away, it just changes your perspective so much. And so at that moment, I was like, you know what? Why am I trying to go for something I absolutely do not really like? Why am I going for a job that I'm going to hate for the rest of my life? Because this could happen at any moment. And I'm like, I would rather do something I absolutely love, and do something that, my mom is proud of, because it's who I am. And it's something that really is, wants to inspire other people with. Like, that's what I want to do with it. So I really wanted to make that difference and that change, because at that moment I'm like, you know what? I really don't care what people think, because this is what I love. Life is way too short. And that's one thing this has definitely taught me. And I'm like, if I see her like getting back up after having, you know, the cancer she does still, and just seeing her just creating her life again, I'm like, you know what? I'm not dealing with that much. I can do this.
That's fantastic. You're wise beyond your years.
Yes.
Yeah, you're super,
Like
super
9 years old and a 20-year-old body. A lot of lifetimes came from that wisdom. Yeah.
Now, Shannon, what kind of therapy are you offering through this whole beautiful journey you got going with these ladies? What and this young man? What kind of what do you offer? You're not doing any red. Is it red light or you know?
Green light, red light, green light therapy.
Yeah. What kind of therapy? I mean, is it more like obviously you're there to offer support, but and I'm being a little facetious there, but you know, what kind of things do you do with the group and talk a little bit about that? Can you shed light on it?
Yes, I can. And so I would say more at the beginning of the show, as we were getting to know each other, I did energy work on Amie. I did energy work on True. I did a little bit on Keishawn. He didn't need much to push him over the edge of putting little Key aside, not getting rid of him, but integrating him and not letting him hold him back anymore. So it was in real time where we all saw it.
Yeah.
Something happened where they were getting written up like in an article, and it was a lot like the spotlight was going to be on Keishawn. And he literally shut down right in her face. Amy's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I saw his face change into a little boy. And I'm like, "Little Keys, you're getting insecure right now." He's like, "Yeah. I did just a little bit of energy work on him, down his spine, and then it melted away. Little Key ran away and went to play. And then after that, it was just like, he's like, "I'm unleashed." I'm unleashed. And every time I see him now, he's like, "Keishawn unleashed." What did I do?
Keishawn, your aura is it's perfect, dude. Like it's just it's relaxed, it's released all its toxins and bad dark thoughts, whatever was roaming or ruminating around you. But you look healed, and you're in the right hands, by the way. You do really like it's genuine. Your smiles are genuine. It's beautiful. I love to see this. I mean this. And you know, I'm thinking now in terms of like traveling. You guys want to travel. Where do we start first outside of LA? And yeah, take us, you know, what do you guys plan on seeing and doing? I'm just
well, it's interesting because we've actually manifested quite a few things, which has been crazy.
She's master manifestor, by the way. She is.
I just believe it. I believe it's going to happen, and then it just shows up. And I literally just have the faith it's going to happen. And so we manifested a house in Malibu to do this next. It's coming out on Friday, which is a new episode, and it's a manifestation episode. So it's a really cool episode. Just, you know, because it's what we do and how we think. And that's really what I want to bring across to everybody. It's how you're thinking. So it's my own thoughts in coming into fruition. And that's how my life has been. So even with doctors, it's like, well, this doctor is not right. I need a doctor that's going to work with me. All of a sudden, a doctor comes to me. It's the right fit, like different things like that. So it's with everything in my life that I have.
Well, your stars are lining up, literally.
Yes. Right exactly. I mean, it's amazing. So we did that. We manifested, actually, we were just on a yacht recently. So we're doing a music video probably with her on the yacht. So things like that. I
saw you with Layla. That's what that was about. I saw you
guys. Yes. And
that was cool.
It was so amazing because I just thought about it and someone told me about it. And I was like, well, that would be really cool to be on a yacht. And then all of a sudden we get the message, hey, let's come to a yacht. We're like, okay.
And I had to work and I couldn't go. Next time.
Yes.
For sure. You got to manifest that.
I know.
Next time we'll be going. That is so rad. I mean, thanks for sharing, Amie. I mean, you watched The Secret how many times? Like 50 times to get this way? It's beautiful, you know. And
it's just, I believe it. Like I believe it.
Yeah.
We want to go to Hawaii. We want to film more in Croatia. We want to go to Italy. We want to do a tour with True. Like there's so many the music from the show that we're integrating. All of this stuff is what we want to do. And then we want to make a panel where we're sharing our story and helping everybody along the journey.
It's beautiful. Sounds stunning. Any blunders, anything not considered blunders, but any funny stuff that happened while you guys shot that was, Keishawn, that you thought that was funny, that stood out to you?
Oh gosh, where do we begin?
Every day.
And or a powerful moment that stood out, a powerful moment, something that was really captivating,
Captivating. Take us back to episode 2.
Okay.
I think if you want to say impactful, it was the moment where like I had Amie do like the confession to the camera, and like she was just opening up about her story.
Wow.
And like I looked at her before I rolled and I said, I'm not here. And this is like your Dear Diary moment. And like she just opened up. The tears that you see in episode 2, I mean, her bawling out, her expressing everything she was feeling, the pain. I mean, all that stuff was like real. That's not scripted. And I think moments like that, it makes us like always realize that we're still human being, because it's very easy, especially when you're having fun on set, you're creating, it's easy to get lost in the sauce. But when you want to bring it back home, like it's moments like that where, I said, we really need something in this show where people, it's early on in the season. It was episode 2. So I'm like, it's early on in the season. We need something that grabs people and make them say, wow, like that is what I feel and I connect to. And I said, it's only going to come from being vulnerable, and it's going to come from your story, not my story, your story. So that's one. We have a lot of laughing moments, random stuff. I mean, I always cook for the girl. The crazy thing is we have time to film and cook every time we make.
He's our private chef.
Yeah. I love food, as you can see. Now we cook quite a bit. I want to talk about this. Yeah, let's talk about the food aspect. Let's go there.
Celebrity chef. He's amazing at what he does. Amazing. So we are all fed. Like,
we film and then he hands us food. We're like, oh my God, like you're an angel from heaven.
I think Amie had a lot to do with manifesting this gentleman.
Yes. Oh my God. Do you know how we met? Did I tell you?
No, I want to know. How'd you guys all meet?
Okay, so it was in the middle of my divorce, right? Yeah. When I got a job working, making guacamole at a Mexican restaurant for like a short period of time. So he comes over with his crew and is filming, and I'm like, hey, my daughter sings, because he tells me what he does. I'm like, hey, my daughter sings. So she sings for him, and he goes, wow, she's really good. And she was probably 10 or 11 at the time. Wow. And I went to him and I said, would you do her next music video? And he's like, absolutely. Here's my Instagram. I'm like, okay. 2 years pass. I message him and I'm like, do you remember me? He's like, of course I do. Started doing her music videos. We became friends, family. Like it just, everything just evolved. From that one moment that I said yes to do that, and just, that
and the holy guacamole. Then he came
she left out the moment that it was the guac that made me say yes. Because when she came over, Jim, when she came over to me, it was like, I was like, it was like one of these moments. I took the hat off because I always wear a hat. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I eat the guac. I'm just like, oh, she goes, I'll make you fresh. I said, okay, sure, why not? And then like I eat the guac and I take the chip out. And there was a moment like, I was like, where'd you come from? We need you. And she was like, what? I was like, that is the best guac I ever had. And the rest of it.
Wait a minute. Am I getting fired here?
That was the guac that started that. Slap your mama good.
Wow. Okay, so who's the best from the 3? Who cooks the best from the 3 ladies?
Oh, us three?
Yeah.
Well, probably Shannon, because Shannon knows how to cook.
I used to cook when I was married, and I was going to culinary school, and so I'm self-taught, and I used to cook like gourmet, but now I by myself, so I don't really. It's like a piece of chicken and some broccoli, but
you can cook.
But I can.
You can cook.
Yeah.
But you have to cook. Cannot cook. I can bake because my Baba taught me that, but I cannot cook.
Bake
both of you.
So the fact that
Amie, you know how to cook somewhat too, right?
I do know how some. I mean, I have burnt my spaghetti once, but it's okay. We're okay.
Guacamole is all you need. That's all you need.
All right, guys, listen up. That's what you got to integrate into the show. the cookie, and oh my god, I think I just botched this. You know what I mean? Like I think you would love to see that.
I think I did a live on that on Facebook. Literally, I was like, "What am I doing?" Like it literally it was fire because it went on. Yeah,
Keishawn's wheels are turning right now as I'm speaking. I know it.
We have so much fun, and we're always like laughing and falling down and like all kinds of things. Literally,
it's giving each other.
What country do you guys want to visit first? If you have it, which is the country you want to manifest, Amie?
Ooh, okay. So, well, of course, I want to go back to Croatia. I would love to take them all to the island where we're from because it's amazing and no cars, and we can film whatever we want and just be in
fantastic.
Moment. Yes, I would love that. But I would also love to go to Hawaii.
Okay, Hawaii.
Right. I just manifested going in a plane, which was really cool. So I went in a private plane recently. So like
it's like manifest.
Okay.
It's for all of us.
It's for us. It's for us.
All right, let me tell you this. This is a true story. Okay, so as you see the little car up in the corner, I used to be a limo driver, and I had a first podcast, true story, Juicy Divas Confessions of a Limo Driver. That was my very first podcast. It's up everywhere. It's all over, and that was the very first one. I did that during, creative juices were flowing during the pandemic, and that's what I did out of a closet, literally. I was in the closet. I was telling this other guest the other night, like last night, I was in the closet, and I forget who the actress is, pretty famous, but that doesn't matter. But she's like, "Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you like being held against your will?" Because I was trying to be quiet because my stepson was doing his homework. One of the stories. But at any rate, let me get to the story. I have ADHD really bad, so I'm trying to stay here. I'm trying to stay with you guys. So I drove a lot of people to Van Nuys and Van Nuys private airport, and that's where you guys flew out. And that's where I drove Elizabeth Taylor many years ago. When I first started, I was like 20-something. I started driving. I drove Elizabeth Taylor there. I drove Mickey Rooney. I drove all the old school actors and new school as well, but to the private airport. And it's funny because we would drive up right to where the little mat is. They roll out a little red one, little red, small little deal. You get off the car and then you hop on the steps. I always wanted to go into the private jets, and I go, oh my God, you drive the Black Eyed Peas all the time, and they get off, and they go up and up and on, and they take off in their history, and they come back, and you don't have to go through LAX, and you guys know it's the only time I'm going to say that is, but it's such a fuckery, Sorry. In there, and now's the only time to try to beep this out. Where's my wife? The fact of the matter is, this is fantastic. You guys get to fly in a private jet. I drove so many people to private jets over the past 25 to 30 years easily. And you guys have done this through manifestation. This is fantastic. This is great. I'm happy to be, chopping it up here with you guys. Feel free if you need to plug in something else, because I have a slew of questions I wrote out for you guys, but I want this to be as organic. I want to hop on the organic kind of bandwagon with you. Keep it real. And not just to, we're not, obviously it's not we're not in an office with police officer, and I'm trying to interrogate you guys here. I wanted to ask you, is there a moment that stands out for you? One of the best shots you guys did that you really like personally, on a personal level? And can you talk about it a little bit?
I think for me is this next episode, which I haven't seen yet. I never see the episodes till they're out. So he always hides them from me. But I don't think on purpose, but I never see him. But this one's in the house, in the Malibu house. And the amount, it was the manifestation and being in it. And I actually had a dream that I was in this house before I actually got in the house, which is amazing. And he actually filmed
Allison Stoner's music video there. Years ago.
Wait, what'd you say?
Allison Stoner, she was one of Missy Elliott's upcoming dancers.
Oh yeah, Missy Elliott.
3D as well. But I got the chance to work with her in that same exact house that we just did the episode at.
That is full circle, dude. That is
it's amazing. And it was the only house that was still up in Malibu because everything else had burnt. So it was the only house, and we're in this house, and it was just so beautiful and
That's
white
perfect.
and dreamy, and it was really my favorite. I can't wait to see it. And
I know.
she's in it. She pops in it. You know, she's always in every episode, just kind
She's
of
in
there.
everything.
Hey!
Let's have some fun.
Yes,
Champagne, laughing, Malibu house,
exactly.
manifestation.
Yes,
It was the most fun episode, I would say.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm very big into dreams. I have lots of vivid dreams every night. And the fact that it was like a dream episode where we can be kind of weird and silly and it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't.
Yes.
Like it spoke to me.
Wow.
And then just to see Amie like so happy. And
Yeah.
I was part of it. I'm like, this is your house. She's like, it is. I'm like, you manifested it. It
Yeah.
was just so fun. So I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see this episode this Friday.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I can't wait for you guys. Yeah, it's so it's this Friday, right? That the show comes out. Can you tell me what's the name of the segment or the show?
The
this
show's called Loving Your Life.
Right.
This particular episode,
Episode?
and then this particular episode is episode 7, and it's the power of manifestation.
All right, guess what? I'm gonna manifest something for you guys. I'm gonna have this show up sooner than later. By the way, a lot sooner, so we can try to get to before Friday for sure. Okay, I'm trying to work out the next couple of days. Just before, Keishawn, let me ask you, for you personally, you dealing with the show. I mean, how has working with this group of people on this particular project, how's that shifted your outlook? Your resilience, your self-love.
I mean, truthfully, it's like everything for me. It's like everything or anything is possible. With just the go factor mindset. I think my biggest hurdle in life was I always seeked the validation of when to begin something and when to like continue doing something. And I did it with my own personal like projects. I did like, goals I wanted to hit in life. But I think when I did this show, it opened up a door, and it was just like, go. And like, it's like the moment you get into a room and you have like this conference and you're looking left and right and everybody's just staring at you, but you're realizing there's not staring at you. They're staring with you because they want to know what you know. And I think doing this show allowed me to step into that room where it's like, no matter who's looking at me and like, no matter who's, judging from any perspective, whatever, they're not here to, be your worst critic. They're here because it's like about time. Like you actually believe in yourself to go. So I think for me, it's really been like this entire experience from, script to screen, from editing to, placing True's music in the episode. It's just go. Like we don't second guess it. I don't second guess anymore. I threw that mindset away. That's old Keishawn. New Keishawn is like when people say, oh, I want to do such. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And it's like, what you got to lose? The only thing you got to lose is someone saying no or them not being ready on account of their negligence. So you can't feel sorry for that. And you can't stop your mission from moving forward with that. So for me, I'm just like, let's make a show. Let's make one of the best shows. Let's make a show that goes viral. Let's make a show that goes around the world. Let's make a show that gets multiple Emmys. Let's open up doors. Let's bring new creatives up. Let's open, the dynamics. Let's open up the conversation barrier, because no one can say anything about it. People want these things, but everybody's waiting for who's going to go first. And for me, I'm like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just going to go. And if you don't want me to go, too bad. Come on, catch up. The door's open. The door's open.
Jumping head first.
Right.
Shannon, I want some of that pixie dust. Whatever you did to
Okay.
Hey, Sean, I love it. I love where it's magnetic. It's fantastic. I see the aura. I see your vision. You guys are visionaries. It's beautiful. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Please keep me posted on everything you do. Once again, your stories, you want promotion, my stories, just tag me and it'll go right up. I'm beyond grateful, beyond blessed, all the way around to know you guys and to have you guys on here. Because Sean, you're not getting away now. You're a buddy too. The future looks bright. That's all I gotta say. And God bless every one of you. Social media handles, please.
Yes.
Let's start with Amie.
So AMIEJELICH on Instagram, DreamBig1122 on TikTok. It says Loving Your Life on it, but it's DreamBig1122. And for the show, it's on Acquire Plus right now on YouTube, which is AKWIRE with the plus sign. And so that is where you can find the show. Also, I want to plug in real quick, if you don't mind, the event we're hosting. Do you want to talk about that, Key?
Yeah.
Talk about that real quick.
So first off, I want to give a big shout out. This is a big shout because these people, I mean, they're amazing. They're family. MB Studio Productions.
Yes.
MB Studio Productions. They're MB Studio Productions. Hold on. MB Studio Productions. Big thank you so much for everything. I mean, the room that we're in right now, we're at their studio, and they kind of came, Brian came through last minute. He didn't have to. And I'm just like, I'm very blessed and very fortunate to meet such amazing people. And I would say, we got an upcoming event, October 15th, that is called APP, also known as Acquire Perspective Panels. It's basically a moderated panel for creatives, by creatives, for the people to build network, community, culture. We're discussing, and it's just one of those events where we want to continue keeping the arts alive, because it's not enough conversation keeping arts alive, especially in today's age. So you're getting perspective from television people, film people, music people, producers, you name it. But we're having this event October 15th, and that's one of the main things that I want to shout out to. So big shout out to MB Studio Productions for seriously making this.
Thank you.
That's great. Where's this place? Sakurita or?
No, Westlake Village, California, and
Westlake
Village.
Fancy.
Beautiful studio,
gorgeous,
gorgeous
really
studio.
gorgeous.
Got a podcast room, couple podcast rooms, got a technical room, got meeting rooms, got site stage, green screen, you name it, equipment in house.
Big robot arm.
It's full one-stop shop. It's like here's the thing. When we talk about manifesting, I manifest. I say I wish we had a place to call home, and we found MB Studio Productions at a pancake breakfast on July 4th. Like literally, that's how we met. And it's like I felt home. The energy just felt home. So I'm like, this is it. Like it's that moment. Like I said,
you got to get out more often.
We do get out a lot.
That's beautiful. I mean, honestly, it sounds like all the chips have fallen right into rightful order. And So and Shannon, your social media. I know. I know it, but why don't you go ahead and tell it to the
I have Instagram, which is the Graceful Healer, but it's the_graceful_healer. And then I have another one I just started called Meditations by Shannon. So it's free meditations that I do along with frequency music, just 10 minutes for beginners I constantly hear not all my clients. A lot of my clients are like, I can't meditate. It's just my monkey mind won't slow down. I'm like, no excuse. I'm going to make meditation. So I made a channel for that, and Meditations by Shannon. So
bless your heart. What about the rock star in the back?
I know.
She's like, wait, who's that?
What are you talking about?
I'm like, wait, is there another one here?
Nope, it's you.
Yeah, so my Instagram is trueisna.official, which is TRUEISTINA. And I'm also True Isna on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to music, as well as I just had a new single drop called Feel the Vibe.
So good.
It just came out a couple days ago, and it is the perfect summer song, so I'm so excited.
Okay. All right. Let's go there for sure. We'll listen to it. Again, make sure you tag me so people can hear it in my camp. That's my time, guys. That's my show, Almost Famous Radio Podcast. Jim Francis. You guys are a gift and a blessing to me, a beacon of light to me. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll see each other very soon, and I can hardly wait. Hello and goodbye until we meet again, guys. Thank you very much. That's for sure.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Bye.
Bye.